Silver,
Hold on. Let me put a pause right now. Why is the story called Silver's Return ?
I don't know. They don't know what question marks are.
Because
or what they
all
do.
this time, I haven't even been thinking about it. I was thinking, the story's called Silver's Return. Silver returns. It's not called that. It's called Silver's Return.
Return? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yes, return. Silver returned.
Yeah, especially because it happened so early on, so it's not even like, maybe he won't.
Yeah, but
that's like if Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was called The Boy Who Lived? Like, what are you talking about? It's like the first thing that happens.
The Boy Who Lived.
No, The Boy Who Lived? Huh?
The big guy who loves him?
Okay, you don't know anything about Harry Potter.
I know the big guy loves him.
His name is Hagrid. He's not called the big guy who loves him.
But he is that. I
mean, that's a description of him.
We all knew who he
But I want to make it clear for our audience that she's never read any of the books or seen any of the movies.
I just like to say the big guy who loves him.
It's an accurate description.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Harry, I love you.
Grab some popcorn and stick around. We've got some garbage to talk about.
Hey, Zax.
Hi, Rogue.
Hey, Carina.
Hey, Rogue.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Rogue. Please, finish this. End our journey.
Are you guys excited? We're back with Silver's Return.
Oh, I don't know if excited is the word I'd use.
Yeah, I'm not sure excited is the right word, but I'm excited to be done.
Yeah, are you excited that we're in the home stretch?
Yeah,
okay.
That I am excited about.
We can do it.
So last time we covered chapters 12 through 15 as they are labeled on fanfiction.net. Who knows what the author labeled them as? Can't remember.
9 through 12.
So I have a little summary this time about those chapters, just like hitting the important parts. So last time in chapter 12, Silver discovers that his biology has changed thanks to Shadow, and then Shadow tries to get him pregnant without telling him. Chapter 13, they go home.
By the way, that wasn't played as a conflict in the story, right? that was played as just like a normal series of events.
As an okay thing to do.
The conflict is that Shadow is like, man, he's going to be really mad at me when he finds out, but oh well.
I remember an episode of All in the Family where that happened.
What?
Pardon?
I was kidding.
Well, we'll talk about that episode on a later.
Nobody else has seen All in the Family.
I actually haven't really
real
watched...
quick. In a show, I have no idea what All in the Family is about, but when you say that one of the episodes is about somebody trying to get another person pregnant in a show called All in the Family, I get scared.
Oh, no.
You know
Why would you say that?
Well, I was just thinking because, like, oh no, I hope Silver doesn't find out what I did. It just felt very sitcom-y, and so then I was like,
that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, but now that you mentioned it, that title is a big yikes.
Mm-hmm. For a second, I thought you were making a very not safe for work reference, and I was like, really? We're going there now? Okay.
Already, before the story even starts, we have to get them ready.
Are we sure we don't want to restart the recording?
Alright, chapter 13, the family goes home. Shadow asks Silver if he wants a surprise party to announce that he's alive. And then they start to get intimate, and Sonic...
So, wait, does he answer the question?
No, Silver is like, yeah, I guess. And he's, like, scared about it, but he says yes anyway.
Would you guys feel good about, like, you get invited somewhere and then it turns out there's a party because someone you thought was dead for years is alive?
I'd be pretty upset, I think.
Oh, we get to see everyone's reactions. We're going to see that later.
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll see if the author thinks that would be upsetting.
So, chapter 14, Sonic harasses Silver and for reasons beyond his control, and gets thrown out of the house. But then Shadow goes and talks to Sonic, and they finally get some closure because Sonic talks about cheating on Shadow when they were together. And also Sonic might have dated Silver, but we're not sure.
How are we not sure?
Because it was... Okay, so if you don't
No.
remember from last
If it requires you to start from okay, then don't explain it.
No, well, it's pretty quick. In this chapter, Sonic says that he cheated on Shadow with Mephiles, but then in the next paragraph was like, and also I only went to Silver because of this reason, and Silver was never brought up as like a Sonic interest before, so I don't know if that was a mistake or if they wanted to bring it up and then forgot, and then they were like, I'll add it here, and then didn't bring it up again. I don't know.
Okay. So, just like normal, when in doubt, blame incompetence.
Yes.
Since we are in the last stretch, I just, would like to bring up one thing that was promised in the summary, but in the end with a happy ending. And it also says something about ups and downs. Have we gone up at all? Like,
Maybe.
I mean, if you like the erotic scenes, those could be considered up.
Nega has been pretty nice to Silver.
But has the story taken an up or a down? Certainly lots of downs.
I feel like it's downs, then a straight line.
It's downs all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, chapter 15, Silver kidnaps Eclipse from Rouge's care and runs away to Eggman Nega's lair. And then Shadow and Sonic go after him when they discover that Eclipse has been kidnapped again. Shadow knows who did it. It was Silver. And then chapter 15 ends with Silver about to throw some trees at Sonic and Shadow. And then Shadow's like, wait, you're going to hurt the child. Which, as I mentioned last time, I thought... Because Silver's like, what are you talking about? What child? And so I thought it was going to be like, you're pregnant, right? But no, he's like... And then I look down and I see Eclipse. And I'm like, how did you forget about your own child?
Wasn't that the whole point of the kidnapping?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so he went to Nega's lair, basically like going to his... Instead of getting in a fight with your significant other and going to your mom's house, he went to Nega's lair. It was essentially the same thing.
Weird. Okay.
Okay, let's jump into it.
I mean, he's kind of a parental figure.
Yeah, I mean, he's treated Silver with more respect than anyone else has in this story.
Yeah.
So this is
even
chapter...
the author.
This is chapter 16, Positive or Negative. Chapter 13 is the full title.
Cool, thank you.
We start off in Silver Pav. So Silver has these trees that he's gonna throw at his friends and boyfriend.
Reminder, psychic powers, so that kind of makes sense.
He looks down and sees Eclipse crying, and he's asking why he's fighting a Shadow. And then Silver instantly loses his rage because his son is crying, and he just throws the trees in some direction, as the story says.
Safe.
So safe.
I love the idea.
Safety first. Better hit something.
I like the idea of it just like crashing through a roof.
Instead of throwing it at, I don't know, Shadow or whoever, it's just gonna throw it at Charmy.
Here,
like,
catch.
whatever. Hey, you idiot. Nobody likes you.
Dum-dum.
Because it is trees, plural.
Yeah.
How,
ton of
like,
them.
at least two.
The only safe place to throw a bunch of trees is a lumberyard.
What about a forest?
If you're not doing that, then you are, at the very least, not disposing of trees properly.
Right.
Which I think we can all agree is a pretty big crime.
Don't chop down trees that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, use every part of the animal.
Yeah.
Alright, so Silver tries to comfort Eclipse, but Eclipse is like pulling him off and asking why he was going to hurt his father. And then Silver passes out, because that's what he does, I guess. He's done that like 4 times between this story and the last story.
Anytime the author doesn't know what Silver should be doing, just unconsciousness is always an option.
Well, that could be a good,
Good what?
that could be a good writing tip. Hey, you don't know what your protagonist should do? Let him take a little nap. Think it over. The rest of the story can move along, and you'll just clue him in later. Or don't. Silver doesn't know what's going on in this story.
No one does.
I mean, the fact that Silver passes out, every time he passes out, all of the attention goes to him. So I think it's actually a learned behavior.
Oh.
Getting reinforced.
That's true, yeah.
Is it possible to learn a behavior that results in you going unconscious?
I don't know.
Well, isn't
Maybe-
that what fainting
Because,
goats
like,
do?
you're not observing the results of your actions until afterwards.
Yeah, but if you're getting the attention
But
afterwards,
if you wake up,
can-
afterwards, I would, maybe.
He just really needs to wake up.
I mean, maybe it could. I'm sure. I'm not sure, but maybe it could be like a psychosomatic thing. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we switch over to Shadow Pop since Silver is unconscious. He doesn't know what's going on. So Shadow hypothesizes that Silver fainted from too much stress, of course, because that's a thing.
Yeah.
So Eggman Nega comes out and he's yelling at Sonic and Shadow. We don't get to know what he's saying. It just says that he's yelling at them.
What? That's so weird. How do they
Yeah.
make these decisions, like what to include and what not to include in the story? I would have thought that would be like really vital information.
Maybe maybe they couldn't think of what he was saying. Like, well,
But like,
I know I want
in
him
that case,
yelling
why have them yell?
to exemplify how he is feeling. I guess.
Great.
Show,
Okay.
don't tell.
I'm angry. You can tell by my voice.
Yeah. I miss
So
my
Shadow-
wife Tails.
Shadow
miss
picks
her a
up
lot.
Silver and tells Sonic to clam Eclipse down.
A clam down in the wild. I love that.
We'll see more of it later.
Thank you.
And
Great.
and then they all go inside.
This
Eggman
is
Nega's
why you
lair.
should read your stories aloud before you submit them.
This is why you should learn
Read
how to
your-
read
Read your story.
before writing a story.
Oh my god. Is it? Hold on. How do you spell clam? Clam and then
What?
calm.
I'm sorry, did you just
spelled-
ask how do you spell clam?
Yeah. Wait, how do you spell calm?
Them-
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Alright, so Carina's gonna be a little bit delirious on this
Yeah.
video. Starting right from the beginning.
I don't
Normally
want
it takes
to.
a couple hours to get there.
I don't know how to tell you this, Carina, but that might be the most shameful moment of your entire life.
Oh no!
I don't know, I've said dumber. It's hard to believe.
So Shadow puts Silver on a wooden table because I guess beds don't exist. He's always like putting Silver down on tables. Heck.
You have a big house with like 2 kitchens, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does.
But he's at
2
Eggman
pools!
Nega's
He has
lair
2
right now.
swimming pools!
He's at the lair right now, though. We don't know.
Okay, well, you know
Yeah.
Eggman's got money.
I mean,
Silver-
I would, at the very least, I would expect Eggman to have a metal table because he's like,
yeah.
he's all sci-fi and
Maybe
stuff.
maybe it's the dining room table.
You think? Okay.
Right.
I would have thought he'd have like more of like a glass crystal
Oh,
sort of
maybe.
aesthetic, but I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Eggman Nega's place.
He hasn't invited.
I mean, Silver does have a room at his lair. I don't know why they didn't just take him to
That's
his
so
room.
weird.
I can't.
And then, okay, so he puts him down, and then Shadow says, I was worried if it got to do with the child inside him. Which is one of the creepiest things you could say.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
super weird.
He always passes out when he's pregnant, huh?
And when he's not pregnant, I think he passed
I
out
think
also.
he's anemic.
Oh, maybe.
He stood up too quick.
I mean,
And then Shadow is like, I didn't mean for this to happen. Like, really?
This is all your fault,
Are
dude.
you sure?
Shadow, like, okay, this is like what, my 15th Shadow rant? But like, I don't know the franchise. This is my Shadow. This is the hand I've been
Hashtag not
dealt.
Not my shadow.
Honestly, it's again so sad to me that you don't get a better view of Shadow, because like Shadow
He's a very interesting character.
Shadow should be known to you for being overly edgy and using guns when other characters, I mean, you know Mario and Luigi?
Yeah.
Imagine if Toad got a spin-off game where he got to use a gun. Would that be weird to you?
I love Toad, honestly. I'm down. But
actually, it'd be more like if Wario got a game where he got to use a gun.
Say.
But I mean, I just like the idea of Toad going, with a gun. You know?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But
I was about to do my Toad impression, but I don't want to burst your eardrums.
I think, is it me or Shadow in this story? I think, no, about the same in the first one too. But Shadow is kind of like Mark from The Room. Like, he doesn't, like, he causes his own problems, but every time he's like,
oh man, how could this happen to me?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh no.
But
this is bad.
You stuck Silver
100% your fault.
With weird body-altering goo.
Oh yeah, it was just goo.
And like...
It was called lube in the story.
Yeah, but I mean,
that was the to get him pregnant.
Because that's what lube does.
That's
I think he called it medicine.
Mm-hmm. Would you call it make mommy goo?
Well, everybody, that concludes our story for today. Remember to
guys,
comment, and subscribe.
That's the end of the channel.
Thanks for joining us.
It was decent, but Bob killed it very soon.
Wow. Who could have
it's
predicted
a
that?
new record.
Yeah.
All right, so we skipped to 2 hours later because nothing interesting happened while Silver was asleep. It's 2:36 a.m. in the morning.
Very specific.
And Shadow is downstairs with Silver while Sonic is upstairs with Eclipse. Why wouldn't he wake up? He can't be in a coma again.
Why is Sonic with Eclipse?
Because Shadow has to be with Silver.
Okay, but if they're okay getting intimate with the kid in the room, couldn't they just take care of a coma patient with the kid in the room?
No, because all Shadow can think about is Silver, clearly.
Okay, but like Sonic is, and I hate to use a bad word here, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic is really, really not suitable to take care of anyone, including himself.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be in charge of a child.
He calmed down a lot after the closure scene.
Just because he's calm doesn't mean he's temperamentally sane.
This is a weird fandom, isn't it? Because
What's wrong with everybody in the Sonic fandom?
Hey,
it's just so.
I'm in the Sonic fandom.
It's just that it's so.
What's wrong with everybody but Bob in the Sonic fandom?
Okay, I'm also in the Sonic fandom.
And
how do you think
Rogue.
I found this story?
Oh, sure.
Okay. But the problem is
I
that
take that back.
The problem is that it's so large that of course you're gonna get like a interestingly high concentration of crazy
And part of
oddballs.
it also is that like even the most diehard Sonic fans, well, I won't say even the most diehard, but like a lot of Sonic fans will also admit that like not all the Sonic games are that good.
Yeah.
Right? And like not all the Sonic properties are that good. Some of the TV shows were better than others. Some of the comics, and it's
Halloween
explored a bunch of
costumes.
different mediums, and some of them have been good and some of them have been really, really bad. And so like when you have to be a very particular kind of person who can still get attached to something when it's so hit or miss.
Do you think because the Sonic franchise is so hit or miss, the people within that fandom are like, you know what, if you're not gonna give us what we want, we're gonna give it to ourselves?
I don't think that's the case. I think it's that there are people like that no matter where you look. Mm-hmm. Like there are people in the Mario fandom who are like that, but Mario has such a Mario and like a lot of other series have such a consistent track record that you also have people who are very casually Mario fans, and like, you know, like I think everybody in this call would probably say like, yeah, I mean, the Mario games are fun, right? I'm not a big platformers guy. I kind of like Mario, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's fine, and that, you know, there's a much wider variety of people. But like when you've got a fandom like Sonic where it's so hit or miss, that means that the people who stick around are either like me and Rogue, kind of like watching for the weird stuff, right? Like we kind of stick around both because we genuinely hope Sonic does better as a thing, because conceptually we kind of like it, but also because there's a lot of weirdos around, and then the weirdos who get attached to things really, really really, really hard, even though they're kind of bad.
Do you think we should end up doing a retrospective, or like once we have completed this video, hopefully within a couple of hours? No retrospective on the Sonic fandom?
Absolutely not, because we're going to keep going into the Sonic fandom probably.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not like it would be the last time we covered it.
Yeah.
I mean, that story that you want to read is...
Right.
Also
Sonic.
fiction,
Maybe not like a retrospective on the Sonic fandom, but a retrospective on like this series.
This story...
Like,
I feel like we've been
the
doing it
previous one.
during the videos.
Yeah, I mean...
Here's the thing, though. So this author has a few more Sonic stories.
Oh, no.
Quite a bit more Sonic stories, and two of them maybe one of them takes place after this story.
Oh,
What?
But from Sonic's perspective.
really just giving us what we want.
So
Okay, actually...
maybe we can do that one and then do a retrospective of both stories.
Okay, actually, yes. I
All
would
three
very,
stories.
very much need to see Sonic's take on all of this. Like,
Is it going to be like Midnight Sun, where it's the same story, but like
No.
told from someone else's perspective?
It takes place after this story. Like,
Okay.
It's not.
oh,
Yeah.
that's no. Okay, then I care a little bit less. I wanted to know why Sonic told Silver, "You don't want to deal with Shadow. He's a weirdo. Don't worry about him."
I don't think the author even remembers that they wrote that, because that never gets brought up again, as we've seen. It never gets brought up in any of the stories that follow.
I can't forget it.
It's not going to be addressed because the author has forgotten that it happened.
I can't accept that.
Can I
planning's
say
important.
real quick, Stephanie Meyer is a criminal if she doesn't end. Well, you agreed before I even gave a condition.
She is a criminal.
If you watched the Twilight series, then
I did.
part of the
I know why
plan.
you agreed, but I'm saying Stephanie Meyer is an absolute criminal if she didn't end Midnight Sun with, and now you know the rest of the story.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
She would have my undying respect if
Okay.
she ended
She
the
wouldn't have
story.
mine, that's for darn sure.
Now Midnight
I'm very
Sun,
easily pleased.
Midnight Sun
I can excuse racism.
Yeah, I can excuse all this racism and like your bullheadedness about how stupid your story is. but man, you have a way with words, lady.
Oh my god.
Like, okay, wait. Midnight Sun, that was the 10-year anniversary or 15th anniversary?
I don't actually know. I
Well-
just know that the Twilight fandom on Twitter is having
It
a
can't
real
be the
ball.
15th year anniversary, right? Because like that would mean.
Of the
I
book
mean-
or the movie? Because I think the first movie came out.
I mean,
in
how old?
2010.
How old would we be?
The books are a little
The
bit
books
older than
came
the
out when I was in
movie.
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like. Oh God.
Yeah, you're old.
Oh
like-
no, I'm so old.
Haha, okay, boomer.
Dab Dab Fortnite.
Remember, I made that joke once and it wasn't funny
no.
then.
I will keep doing it.
Dab Dab Fortnite, though, is quality content.
The reason though I asked though, but can we just for the 20th anniversary, can we get, I don't know,
Some justice for
Ooh,
Rose.
Oh
No.
I was gonna say
What's
no,
that dude's name? Who's the only good character in the whole thing? Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, get
that's
his
what-
perspective.
That's what I was
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to say. We could call
Yeah.
it like Blue Lagoon or something. The Charlie
Lagoon?
perspective.
Blue
I don't
Lagoon
know.
exists already.
Blue Lagoon. What? You got all this like celestial sun moon stuff going on, and you went with Blue Lagoon.
Well, we already discussed about how it doesn't even make sense for it to be celestial, so...
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So what happens next, Rogue? Back to
Meanwhile, back in the story we're supposed to be talking
back
about.
in. We're gonna step away from Twilight and go back to Sonic.
Silver starts waking up, and he's rubbing his head. Shadow... Oh, I wrote assaults in my notes, and I was like, what?
Oh
And I
no!
didn't read the rest of the sentence. Shadow assaults him with kisses on his face.
Ah, that's still assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Silver pushes him away. And
Definitely still assault.
he stands up in a sitting position.
Oh, okay.
Stands up.
You know what? That makes perfect sense.
And his
You know,
eyes
I'm
are
sorry. Can I just
cold-blooded.
say real quick? If you could wear shoes on your butt, I would say that you could stand up in a sitting position.
Sorry, wait, Rogue. Did you say his eyes are blood?
Cold-blooded.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that part I
Oh,
understood.
no.
That makes
That
sense.
doesn't exist.
Silver asks why Shadow is there, and Shadow says he heard that Eclipse was kidnapped, and also Silver wasn't at home, so he took his guesses.
Okay.
Silver's face turned red like Cherry Sakura's.
Aren't those pink?
Also,
Well,
it's
Cherry
redundant.
blossom. This is a thing. I see this sometimes in stories. Instead of saying cherry blossom petals or the leaves from. Okay, first of all, a cherry blossom tree has flowers.
Yes.
Those petals are the thing you see in anime,
Yes.
right? People think those are the leaves that are pink. They're not the leaves.
who?
The leaves are green. That's what leaves are. Okay?
Or sometimes
Right?
Sometimes
Leaves
red.
can be other colors too, but in this case, no. The tree doesn't just drop all its leaves suddenly.
That's the wind blowing the petals off the flowers.
Right? Then also, it's a cherry blossom tree. It's not a cherry tree. Okay?
two
It's not
different
some
trees.
George Washington stuff going on. Okay?
Well,
Like,
okay.
imagine George Washington slamming his axe into the side of the tree and a bunch of pink petals come down. Like a cool anime, dude.
Oh, George Washington's son, why are you doing this?
Washington-sama, please lead our troops.
But how cute would it be if the cherry blossom tree just wiggled and shook all the petals?
Sorry, I just thought of George Washington like in bad anime style, and it's really
Oh,
bad.
yeah, no, it's great. Anyway, his face turned red like Cherry Sakura's. He was sure embarrassed to think he was going to get away from me.
I don't think I like that sentence.
Embarrassed isn't the right word. I think the right word might be fearful. Terrified. You are assaulting someone.
So Shadow tries to
It's
grab...
so cute that they're trying to escape.
Yeah, Shadow tries to grab Silver's hand, and Silver snatches his hand away. And then Shadow is like, do you really hate me that much? And
It's not
he-
about hate. You're
then-
assaulting me.
And then he apologizes for hurting him.
I guess that's...
No.
I wasn't going to say it makes up for it. It does not make up for anything.
Guys, I need to.
But that's
It's
better than nothing.
I need to interject quickly before the joke like goes too far away. Just for fun, I googled George Washington anime, and someone actually did it, and it's not good.
Of
Let
course
me-
they did. Is that a
Let me
rule
see.
on the internet yet? That if
Oh,
it exists,
no.
there is anime of it?
That's...
I'm
Okay.
sure that's a rule.
I'm pretty sure
somewhere.
Jelle's Discount Husbandos gives that one away as a sample.
Oh, guys, I'm already crying.
I agree, it is pretty scary.
This series broke
Oh,
me.
goodness.
Okay,
my
but back
goodness.
to you, Bob. Don't be nice to Shadow.
Oh,
It doesn't matter if he says I'm sorry.
He doesn't mean it. Because he's gonna
If
do
I
it
Right.
again.
Yeah,
If, like-
or something worse.
Yeah, if I like stole your thumb and was like, if I say
stole
I'm
my
sorry-
thumb?
What?
Yeah,
That's where you went?
yeah. I just stole it, plucked it right off you. It's my
You-
thumb now.
You have two.
No, she's got 3.
Yeah, fair.
Alright, so Nega comes in the room. Oh my gosh, I can't get anywhere with you people. Nega comes in the room just to ask Shadow why he came to his lair, which we still haven't gotten an answer for, I guess, because Silver asked him and he was just like, you hate me. Shadow says he came for his family and then asks him if he can take them back. And this following line is why Eggman Nega might be the best character in this story.
Oh, I can't wait.
Nega replied saying it wasn't his decision, but only Silver, because he's the one who came to him.
It's not your
He's the only
decision,
one.
Silver.
He's the
Oh, wait,
only
no,
one.
it's Shadow. Sorry.
He's the only one in the
Wow.
story to actually give Silver his agency.
That's... Even Silver doesn't give himself agency.
I know.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So
How did Eggman Nega of all is this person's favorite Sonic character? In which case I have to ask, why do you like Sonic?
They,
I mean, genuinely.
they watched the fan dub and were like, ah, yes, Eggman's the best character.
Not Eggman. Eggman
Eggman
Nega.
Nega.
I don't know.
Eggman. in their
Eggman
story-
sucks.
Eggman in their story is a homophobe.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Regular Eggman sucks. Shadow sucks. Sonic sucks. Silver sucks. Knuckles, everybody sucks. Tails hands his phone out for no reason. He sucks.
Eclipse is a baby, so
Sucks.
He's 4. He's not a baby anymore.
anybody under
He's
18
4
is
years
a
old.
baby.
Yeah, that's true. And some people over 18 are babies too.
Yeah, like me.
Do you think though
Well, then
that
Amy
like
is still a baby because she's 16.
Yeah, she sucks too.
Yeah. Oh, she sucks.
are we reading this wrong though? Is Eggman Nega like? Are we supposed to be like?
What a jerk.
No. Yeah. Give Silver back to Shadow where he belongs.
Yeah, maybe they have such a skewed sense of morality that it actually almost makes more sense that they don't understand right and wrong at all.
You know, if we've
and
gathered
instead,
I don't
I-
know.
if we've gathered anything from this story, we've gathered anything from this story, I think it's safe to say that this author does have a very skewed sense of morality.
Skewed sense of everything, really.
They just don't know anything. Empty head, no thoughts.
No, they don't. No. Very.
Shadow asks Silver to talk. Oh, wait, no. He asked to talk to Silver privately. And then the whole scene was basically pointless, except to show us that Eggman Nega is the best character in the story, I guess.
or he's the villain.
I think Eggman was supposed to be the villain, though.
I think Shadow's the villain.
Well, there's a big
supposed to be.
there's two entirely different categories: the villain and who's supposed to be the villain. And I'm pretty sure that Venn diagram has no overlap.
You know that Twitter meme where it's like the movie villain, the actual villain?
Yeah. Exactly.
There, we got it, team. We solved the meme.
Shadow tells Silver they need to talk. AMA. Tell me how you feel. Do you want this relationship? Silver starts crying, and Shadow says he hates seeing him like this, and that there will be no more secrets between them. Hearing his sobs made me wanted to cry also.
Okay.
Also
Okay.
cry.
No more secrets.
I
So
have
Shadow's
to tell
about
him.
to tell
He says,
Silver.
I have to tell him already now.
Yes.
Silver, I know you're upset, but I have something to tell you, and please don't get upset.
Oh no.
Right before I could finish my sentence, Sonic came in the room.
Oh,
No!
Sonic.
So Sonic apologizes. I don't know what he apologizes for.
Hey guys.
Hey,
you
sorry
wanna
for
get some chill
interrupting.
dogs? Oh, am I interrupting something?
Is that in the... I didn't write what he apologized for. Oh, he apologizes to Silver for all the things that he told him.
Who's watching the kid again?
And then Silver asks, he's still crying, and he asks for eclipses.
Oh.
And Shadow tells him he's upstairs sleeping because it's late. He's like, it's like midnight, silly.
How much sleep do these hedgehogs get?
Literally, all they do in the story is like sleep and do naughty things.
Alexa, how much sleep do hedgehogs get?
Are they nocturnal?
According to the National Sleep Foundation, the average adult needs around 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to function.
Hedgehog, Alexa.
Alexa, I asked about hedgehogs.
I don't know that.
Okay, thank you for an honest response.
Here,
I don't like the bond you have with Alexa because she's
Don't call it a bond.
Here, let me try.
She's gonna Skynet you.
Let me try. Hey Siri, how much sleep do hedgehogs need? She's thinking.
A West European hedgehog needs 18 hours of sleep per day.
Jeez.
Okay. All right.
You know, suddenly this
on
story
brand, I
makes a
guess.
lot of sense. Thank you, Siri.
Well, but Siri can't do this. Hey Alexa, wish me luck.
No.
Here. Hey Siri. Wish me luck.
Okay. Good luck, Carina Sparkles.
I don't like how she reads the emoji. Thank you, Siri.
See?
She wished me good luck. That was so nice.
She can't do what my Amazon Echo can do, which is really just kind of crap all over me.
Last thing before we get back to this god-awful story, I told my friend that, like, what your Alexa does when you ask her to wish you luck, and she's like, oh, let me try. And she goes, Alexa, wish me luck. And Alexa played a song and went, good luck, like she sang to her. It was really sweet. I'm glad that happened.
Aww.
Yeah.
I like when the chaotic, evil lesbian robots are nice to us. Makes me feel safe.
Mine is mean to me.
That's because
You're not a lady.
lesbian.
Yeah. They're only
Girls
nice.
rule, boys drool.
They're only nice if you're a fellow sapphic.
Alright, so after Silver finds out where Eclipse is, his next question is where Nega is, even though Nega just came in and talked to them and then left. I mean, I assume he's somewhere in his lair. I don't know why he thinks that everybody knows where everyone is at any given time. But luckily for him, Nega was just chilling somewhere waiting for Silver to make sure he was okay. Look at this. Nega is being the person that Silver needs in his life. Can this be the new ship?
No.
Negilbert?
No. Silver needs to be single. Silver needs to learn who Silver is.
Silver needs to love himself. Well, Silver needs to, like, get their gender situation sorted out.
Check this out. The ship name? Sega.
Oh.
Oh!
No. Oh no.
I'm in it, actually. For the name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won me over.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nega gives Silver a glass of water. Silver takes a sip and then jumps off the table and turns to face everyone. And now we're back in Silver Pav.
Oh no.
I was ready to ask him the big question. My mind was getting all foggy again, but I have to tell him.
Oh no.
Shadow, Shadow, there is something I have to ask you. Are you cheating on me?
Oh my god. Silver, are you serious?
And then Silver is like, that wasn't the real question I wanted to ask.
Oh my god. Silver,
What was?
colossal dum-dum.
And so before he was like, that wasn't the real question I wanted to ask, but I'll ask the real question in a second. But before he can, his stomach starts to hurt.
Oh no.
Shadow and Nega came to my side very quickly, asking if I was okay. My reply was puke all over the floor.
Oh, okay. Like an animal. It's fine.
I threw up the
like a
chucks.
kindergartner.
I threw up the chunks of food that I had at dinner. Mostly saw the cream corn and chicken stew.
It doesn't even
Shadow
sound like a
place a
good
hand.
dinner.
Shadow placed a hand onto my back and picked me up. Bridal style. That's everybody's
No.
favorite.
BRIDLE or AL?
Nope, LE.
Oh, okay, so like a little bit in the mouth
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
reins and all that. Okay, great. Like a horse.
Yeah, he just stuck his fingers like in the side of his mouth and picked them up that way.
Yeah. One time I picked Lil Z up bridal style, and by that I mean I put a bit in my mouth and she sat on my back
Oh.
while I walked around the room.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Or is
Yeah.
this something to share for kind of friends?
Sure, why not? It was fun. I went,
And she went, giddy up.
she would not
like-
stop kicking me though. That was very annoying.
Zach's impression. Giddy up.
Sometimes in D&D, if Zach's like has to step out or like fell asleep, I'll give a one-liner for Zach.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, oh no, or something like that.
That makes me sad.
Oh no, I'm sad.
That's bad.
This surprised me because he was griping tight on my body.
Okay.
He held me so tight that I were to be a glass sawn so fragile I would break if I made contact to the floor.
That...
Sorry, I couldn't even wait till the end of the sentence before I started clapping. That was beautiful.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah.
What
I
award do
don't
you
know.
get when you're like writer of the century? You know what? Give
An early
Writer
grade.
of the century.
Nobel Peace Prize to this author.
Yeah.
What's their name
Pulitzer.
again?
I heart
Rainbows
rainbows.
and
Yeah.
Skittles.
Oh man, just an author of our generation.
I'm pretty sure this person's at least one generation behind us.
Yeah. This is what Gen Zs are
They
up
were
to.
17 in like 2011, so yeah,
Is that- I think that's millennial, right?
it is.
Yeah.
They take Silver to a small living room and give him a trash can in case he throws up again.
Take him to the bathroom. You've got carpet
No.
everywhere.
What? How are you supposed to compost all that vomit if it's in the toilet?
That's disgusting.
You gotta think.
That's
You gotta think,
that's
Carina.
actually disgusting.
Yeah, Nega's gonna use that. It's useful.
Yeah.
I don't like
It's
this.
useful.
I don't like this conversation.
What?
at
You don't
all.
want to save the environment?
No, not this way.
You know what's disgusting? Your disregard for the
I
safety of
just
humanity
get
in
rid
the
of
future
just,
and this planet. That's disgusting.
just get rid of the yak. You don't need to compost it.
I compost everything.
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 It's a-
I don't have bathrooms in my home anymore at all.
How do you do that?
Compost.
Right in the compost pile.
Yeah. I just go into my backyard. Howdy, neighbor. Compost.
Just get in the garden, pop a
Yeah.
squat,
Yeah.
and you have to
Compost.
fertilize the plants.
No, I'm
right.
putting it in the compost bin.
Okay.
This gets really exciting, actually, because we're finally gonna get conflict resolution.
Oh no.
Okay.
So Silver apologized. He's like, "Sorry, Nega, that I threw up on your floor. It's been happening all morning, and I don't know why." And then Sonic is like, "Ding, I'll be right back." And then we get this like weird comic relief / dramatic description
What?
when he
Those
left
are
the
like
room.
opposites.
What?
Comic relief and dramatic?
Well, I don't know if it was supposed to be funny or if it was supposed to be dramatic. I think it was supposed to be funny. I don't know.
You're a good
How do you
writer
not-
if you can't tell the difference between
Yeah,
the scene
what?
that's supposed to be dramatic or funny.
When he left the room, the whole room was all trash up. Papers everywhere, and Eggman Nega flew across the room.
Just a jetpack.
You're right.
across
I
the
can't
floor.
tell. I can't tell if that's supposed to be funny or not.
Well, this next part might change your mind. I look up to Shadow, who only had his quills all messy. I hid my smile because his hair looks all funny. So,
Hysterical.
I don't know.
My sides are burning
That is
from like clutching
hilarious.
them from laughing so hard.
haha funny joke. So good.
Yeah.
So when Sonic comes back in, he gives Silver a pregnancy test.
Oh boy.
Oh, yay.
Silver tells
Hold on.
them...
Let me put a pause right now. Why is the story called Silver's Return ?
I don't know. They don't know what question marks are.
Because
or what they
all
do.
this time, I haven't even been thinking about it. I was thinking, oh, the story's called Silver's Return. Silver returns. It's not called that. It's called Silver's Return.
Return? Yeah.
It's like, yes, return. Silver returned.
Yeah, especially because it happened so early on, so it's not even like, maybe he won't.
Yeah, but their
That's like
friends
if
don't know
if
yet.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was called The Boy Who Lived. Like, what are you talking about? It's like the first thing that happens.
The boy who lived.
No, The Boy Who Lived? Huh?
The big guy who loves him?
Okay, you don't know anything about Harry Potter.
I know the big guy loves him.
His name is Hagrid. He's not called the big guy who loves him.
But he is that. We
I mean,
all
that's a
knew
description
who
of him.
We all knew who.
But I want to
she
make
was
it clear
talking
for our
about.
audience that she's never read any of the books or seen any of the
I
movies.
just like to say the big guy who loves him.
It's an accurate description.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
all he
immediately
does.
knows who you're talking about.
Harry, I love you.
Silver tells them that he was afraid that he might be pregnant again.
Okay.
And Shadow kisses him. Shadow knows the answer. Shadow kisses him and tells him everything will be okay. But Silver is still nervous.
Imagine if you were really nervous about something, and you're like, "Oh my gosh! I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm not ready. I don't know what to do." And they know, and they're just like, "No, you're good. It's fine. I did that thing to you."
Well, he still hasn't admitted that he has done anything yet.
But he knows that
But
he
he
did,
doesn't-
though.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So, yeah. I rush over to the guest. That's it.
Oh, scene over.
And see. I rush over to the guest restroom and took out the pregnancy test. I read what to do, and it wanted me to piss on the stick and wait for 5 minutes. That's
Okay.
I just
The old piss on the stick trick.
I go piss on the stick.
That's a pretty long time to wait to see if
It's real. I just love the idea of like, all right, I gotta go piss on the stick. I'll see you guys later. You know me. I was trying to get pregnant.
I also
Anyway, I gotta go piss on the stick.
You know,
I like the phrasing.
You know, my
Because
partner and I, we've been trying really hard to, get pregnant over these last couple of months, and, I've just been pissing on that stick like crazy. And just, nothing. I don't understand.
It's like one of the 4 things I do all day.
I love
I-
the
I
phrasing
eat,
too.
naughty
I eat,
things.
I sleep, I rave, and I piss on a stick.
Because he says, I read what to do, and it wanted me to.
Oh.
my God.
Pregnancy test really wanted me to piss on it.
On one side, it's got the indicator. On the other side, it just says, please piss on me.
Please.
Do it. Piss on me. And you're like, no, come on. Don't make this weird.
Just do it. Just a little pee.
Come on.
Just a little pee on me.
It's got a
pretty
little
long.
winking face, and it says, come on.
I want to move
piss
on
on
from
me.
this joke.
Come in.
Go ahead, piss on me.
Come in. Do it.
You
That-
too.
That's a pretty long time to wait to see if but all right. Once I got the thing all wet, since I
Oh.
have no idea how to use this, I
Oh.
place it on.
I've never taken a pregnancy test before, but I don't think it's like, oh, where do I
Even though-
pee?
The whole thing.
They're just all over it. All over the
mean-
little screen that tells you. All over the.
Hold on, this whole scene is it's hilarious. Might be one of my favorite scenes in the story.
Oh no.
Ridiculous. Alright. So he gets all of it wet. I place it on the floor and wash my hands. At least he washed his hands.
Because it got all over it.
I got out of the restroom. When I entered the room again, all eyes were on me. Shadow came up to me asking if I was, Well, it said I have to pee on it. Then have to wait
So
for
pee
5
on
minutes.
it! Why are we still discussing? Pee! Piss!
I got it.
Then have to wait for 5 minutes. 5
Okay,
minutes later.
piss on it! What?
5 minutes later.
Did they piss on 2 sticks?
Silver goes back and gets the pregnancy test and runs over to Shadow, telling him that he wasn't pregnant and he's happy that he's okay.
Oh.
And Shadow is very visibly disappointed. And then Sonic
You're
is
an
like,
idiot.
Sonic is like, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?" And Silver is just a big demo, I guess, because, I mean, he did drop out of high school, not even halfway through. So, I don't know. He said, well, I think the box said something about when it's positive means no baby and negative mean baby, right?
Oh, honey. Baby, you don't know how to take a pregnancy test.
Shadow then pushed me off, saying I read the box wrong, and took me by the hand into the restroom.
Sorry, run that by me one more again. Hit me
you
with
want me
that
to
one
start
more
from
again.
Just from Shadow or the whole thing?
Any of it.
Okay. Well, I think the box said something about when it's positive means no baby and negative mean baby, right? Shadow then pushed me off, saying I read the box wrong, and took me by hand into the restroom. He picked up the stick, didn't really care it was covered in my pee, then grabbed the box to show me. I look at the stick that had a plus mark. The box said when positive means you're pregnant.
Whew.
I just love that. First of all, Silver gets it so wrong. Why would a pregnancy test mean positive, no baby? And then Shadow is just like, you read the box wrong, you idiot.
It's like it's like when okay, this is sort of an analogy that may be a little bit farther off, but it kind of reminds me of, like, I had an argument with somebody who was saying that, like, did you know that magnets are marked the wrong way around because the south end of the magnet points to the North Pole? And I said, the south end of the magnet does, but the north end of the compass points to the North Pole because we labeled it north.
Yeah.
That's why it's the north end of the magnet. Like, the whole point of a compass is that it points in the correct direction, right? If you flipped it around and had north point the other way, that wouldn't help us. Because we want to know which way north is.
Did this person also not understand that you can, like, turn magnets around?
Well, I mean, his point was that, like, the compasses have the magnet so that the south, okay, so the positively charged end points towards the negatively charged part of the Earth, and that part is the North Pole. So, like, they were saying that the magnet should say that it's south. But I'm like, we're not labeling the magnet. The magnet's just a component of a bigger thing, the compass, right? So, like, it's not like north and south are magical inherent properties. That's just the labels we give things. Same way, if the plus symbol meant positive, and positive usually means yes. If you want to check if a baby, like, it's just a label. You would just make the test say negative.
Silver really thought of this in terms of, well, whenever I got negative test results at the hospital, it was a good thing.
What? So wait, that means that, like, if you wanted a baby and you got a positive result, that would be pregnant. Not pregnant.
Because it's like, oh, whew, really dodged
but
a
if you
bullet there.
But if you don't want a baby, a positive result would be pregnant. Because it depends on what you want.
It's like when you do witchcraft, you set your intentions. So when you want to get pregnant and you're reading the test, you set your intentions.
Yeah, before you pee on the stick, before you piss on the stick, the old pissin' stick,
Homo to
before you
be.
do before you do the yellow dance and piss on the stick. That's what they call it. You set your intentions, and then you hope you get the opposite of what you normally expect.
Homo to be. Make me pregnant.
Yeah. Come on, piss and stick.
Blessed be, everybody.
All right, so I hope you liked that fun little scene because it gets really horrible.
Oh no.
So this news destroys Silver. Like, this next paragraph is legitimately kind of hard to read, knowing what, like, how Silver got pregnant and that he didn't have any say in it, and yeah. And I did post this in the Discord.
Oh, I'm reading it
So
now. It's a
it'll
nightmare.
probably seem kind of familiar. Join our Discord. Link in the description.
Always plug in.
So Silver says, I'm crying. No, I crying. It's not fair. I don't think I could be a mother, even though he's already a quote-unquote mother.
What?
I wanted to leave Shadow by his side, but he pulled me into a kiss. His
What?
mouth was
No, stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna scream. What do
Yeah.
you mean I don't know if I can be a mother? What?
Yeah.
Well, for most of the story, he hasn't really formed the best bond with Eclipse.
I don't know. He was pretty much instantly like, this is my child, and I will never let him go.
I just
Yeah.
I just want
but,
to
like,
I want to say quickly. Today I was editing stories of like kids from a workshop that I helped run, and I had to edit their work. The quality of their work is so much higher than the quality of this work, and they're in like grade 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, literacy.
Kids can be like so like it's incredible to me. One of the things that really blows my mind about people is just how wide the gap is between intelligent and unintelligent people. And I don't mean that as like an insult. I just mean like I marvel when I see things like this, and then I think back to all the really brilliant people I've met throughout my life. And like not just the really brilliant people, the people who are like average intelligence, and I was like, wow, you are competent. You know? And like there's like every once in a while there's somebody you meet who's like so like such a shining star of intelligence that you just like they stick in your mind for years afterwards. And like I'm thinking back to, there was this kid I was volunteering at in an inner city kids daycare thing, and I was in high school, and this kid is in 4th grade. I'm gonna go on a little story. Zach, you can cut this. Unless I don't know, it's a heartwarming story, I guess. This kid's in 4th grade, and that was like my favorite age group to like work with. And they were like, "Hey, you're good at math, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm decent at math." And he was like, "Yeah, this kid won't he's not doing his homework." And I was like, "Okay, we'll see what's going on." And this kid is like sitting there, crossed arms. His homework is just sitting in front of him, and he won't do it. And the teacher is like, "I don't know what to do. He won't do his homework." And I sit down with him, and I'm like, "Hey, bud, what's going on? Why aren't we doing our homework?" And he's like, "I don't want to do it." And like, basically, we talked a little bit. What I found out was he can do it, and he can get the right answers. The problem is he won't show his work. Mm-hmm. And the reason he's not showing his work is because the problems are way too simple for him. He knows all the answers. He's just looking at it and getting it. And so I was like, okay, let's see what this kid can really do. And so I started teaching him more advanced stuff. And we got all the way to calculus before I had to leave.
What?
Like, I was getting him into like integrals and like derivatives and stuff, and he was getting it. He was like, okay, so this means this, and this means, like, I didn't even have to teach him I was teaching him the terminology, and he was just picking it up. And I never saw that kid again.
Like,
And guess
Never
what?
saw
Like,
that kid again.
You probably did, like, great things for him that he, in all honesty, isn't going to get in the school system.
And I have no idea. I have no clue what happened to him. Because I never saw him again. I went back to that 4th grade class, and I never saw him again. And I think about, like, regularly, I think about, like, how I really, really hope that kid went on to work somewhere or do something incredible, right? Like, he had such a talent for picking up this stuff, and the teachers just didn't get that the reason he didn't want to do the work was because he thought it was beneath him. Part of how I convinced him to show his work was I told him, hey man, look, the teachers don't know the answers either. They're just trying to get your help. And I was like, and he was like, okay, fine. He knew I was kidding, but like, he went along with it, you know, and I kind of goofed with him and we became like friends, and then that was it. Never saw him again. And like, at the same time, on the other end of the spectrum, now I'm an adult and I'm seeing this stuff.
Yeah. Like,
twice a week we upload videos on the Steel Donut channel where ostensible adults write
like
just
garbage.
Trash.
Like, oh my god, like
just garbage.
Like, what I do aside from like my swimming gig is I work with children in like art and writing workshops, and like just the brilliant little minds that I see. Like, they're little. So, like, of course, like, the spelling and the grammar is, like, kind of all over the place sometimes. And some kids have an easier time writing than others. But once you get in their brain and you're like, tell me a story, they're like, here's my idea. And they're complex and, like, interesting and intriguing stories. And these kids are, like, in 3rd grade. I'm like...
And it's not every kid.
It's not every kid. Writing's like, not for every kid, but, like, when you find those kids who are, like, passionate about writing and want to share their ideas, or you give them a platform to feel like they can tell people their ideas. Because when you're little, it's like, oh, you're a little kid. Like, kids are supposed to be seen, not heard, you know, like that. When you give kids a platform to share their ideas and talk about the things that they're interested in, you get something really magical from them. And then I come and do this, and I'm like, oh, baby, what happened? Oh, boy. Oh, no.
I gotta say, though, like, you know, they say everyone has a novel in them, right? But then Sturgeon's Law comes in, 90% of everything is crap. Yeah. You know, just because everybody has a novel in them doesn't mean it's all good. Yeah.
So if you're a little kid listening to this, there's no little
kid listening to this. We just went on a rant about a pissing stick.
Listen. If you're a little kid listening to this, first of all, does Mummy know you have her iPad? And second of all, Mom, do you know your kid has your iPad? Thirdly,
Mom, make sure that your credit card number is not saved to their Fortnite account.
Yeah, exactly. Fourthly, keep writing. Keep telling your story until people listen. And keep being creative, because if you do, also, it's just, you're gonna do good things.
That's not to say, if you're older than a little kid listening to this, don't let this kind of thing discourage you. If
also,
you
keep editing.
If you write like
keep
this,
editing.
If you still write like this, I would not say don't stop writing.
Never stop writing.
I may jokingly say stop writing, but I never really mean it. I would never, ever, ever want anybody, even the worst writers, to stop writing, because, you know, you only get better through practice. And even if you don't get better, you should still practice in case you get better.
Yeah. Edit.
Because you might. And edit.
Yeah.
And maybe critique your own ideas.
Works. Just
yeah,
don't. We're just having a good time goofing.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just realized what the paragraph we are reading.
Yeah. Okay. And now back to this terrible thing.
Oh lord.
Okay.
I just saw the word vagina. I hate it here.
Shadow. I wanted to leave Shadow by his side, but he pulled me into a kiss. His mouth was so warm, wet. Lovely, his tongue was licking the top of my mouth.
Disgusting.
Sniff. Don't you hate me? Know now that I'm more of a freak? He yelled at me saying... Wait, okay. He yelled at me saying I wasn't a freak, but his lover and loved me because I'm still me.
Imagine you're in distress, and you're like, oh my god, I'm going through such a hard time right now. And your significant other looks at you and like puts your hair behind your ear and goes, you're not a freak! I love you! You're perfect!
I mean, I wouldn't even feel okay. Like, if I was
That's the
going
POV
through,
I want.
if I was going through distress and like I kissed my significant other and the only thing that came to mind was that their mouth was wet and warm, I think at that point it was over. The relationship is done. I can't even feel a moment's comfort from a kiss from my significant other. Instead, all I think is, this is like a soup.
You don't think
Like,
Zach
I'm
soup?
kissing you and I'm thinking minestrone? No. The relationship is done.
Yum yum. Squash soup.
Yeah.
Right then, this moment made me realize his shadow wanted me to be pregnant with him. I wasn't really angry, but happy again. Like a something warm in my heart was rekindling itself.
Rekindling. Oh,
That's
Okay,
a fun little term.
/candling. They think
So there's
that's
a
how
lot
it's
to
spelled.
unpack here.
They think that's the word. They think it's rekindling.
Rekindling, yeah.
Like,
Like, yeah, because, I mean, I don't know if
don't
have you ever candled before?
It looks fun, but I've never done it myself.
Yeah, my brother's really big into candling. Yeah.
Oh no, start an Etsy.
No.
No, heart.
all right,
Yeah.
so I want to talk about this paragraph. First
Okay.
of all, don't let Shadow kiss you while you're trying to leave.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Weird.
how are you more of a freak? You've already been pregnant once, and that time you were straight up empreg. You didn't have any female biological parts.
Let me real quick. Let me real quick. Let me just jump in to say Rogue isn't trying to insinuate anything about people who are intersex or anything like that. But also, you're wrong, Rogue, because Silver has completely forgotten that you have a child.
You're right.
Isn't there like some
That's
phenomena?
the problem.
Isn't there some phenomena where I feel like I'm saying all these words wrong.
Phenomena. Do.
You know, okay, there's this thing that happens apparently when you're pregnant where your body makes you forget how sucky it was, so then you want to be pregnant again.
Really?
I think.
I feel like that maybe probably not. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just
I'll
think-
look it up before this
I mean, it
video
does
goes
take
up.
time to recover from a pregnancy, but some people don't wait very long before they get pregnant again.
I think maybe
I
it's
think
Don't they
like,
call? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
well, like my mom when she had me, she explained like, you know, the second that you were there was this feeling of love that I have never felt for anyone or anything else in the world. And it made it all.
And never felt again.
When my other two sisters came along, she was like, okay,
And they were
they're
like,
all right.
"Oh, this is fine."
They're all right.
I've already felt this.
But like, I think maybe like what I was
Bring
just-
me something new.
Yeah, I've seen this before. I already have one of these. But like maybe what I was just describing was that, and I just explained it terribly.
Yeah, I don't know. And
So
that
I'm
being-
sorry.
that-
The feeling that you're describing was called
Love. Yeah.
Unconditional love.
I was getting to it, but then my brain, like, the wheels were turning, and I'm like, well, hold on, this sounds like what I was saying before. But yeah, unconditional motherly love is the thing I was trying to
But
explain.
also, that being said, if you do feel like you want to get pregnant again, like, you can enjoy your pregnancy.
Yeah.
Just because you don't think pregnancy sucks means there's something wrong with it.
I mean, the piss and stick tells me it's gonna be agony.
It gives me the little, like, the plus mark, which means it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
We're almost done with this chapter.
Oh, we
Third
can do
thing
it.
about this paragraph that I don't like. Silver, don't get warm fuzzies after you realize that Shadow tricked you into getting pregnant
Yeah.
again.
Again, the fact that there's, like, this has happened at least once before.
Yeah.
This is not a healthy
Alright.
relationship.
I don't even like. It seems really strange to me that it was a trick that Shadow was trying to get Silver pregnant, because it wasn't even like a poked a holes in the condom thing,
Right. Yes.
And it wasn't like a.
Switched out your birth
it was-
control for Tic Tacs.
Switched out birth control. No, it wasn't that. It was instead, don't use any contraceptive, and just
Be a woman.
hope. But like,
No,
that was
they
true
used-
before.
He used lube that was guaranteed to get the person, male or female, pregnant.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we already know Silver's capable of getting pregnant by Shadow without the use of the lube. So if Silver didn't want a baby, they should have been using protection.
Yeah.
So
but
it's
Silver
like,
probably doesn't
I don't know
that
how
'cause
that's...
He never went through sex ed.
What?
I mean, it doesn't say that, but he drops out of high school in sophomore year, and then later we find out that he's never gone to school before, except for in high school.
I don't.
So
do you
he
go to
really
high
only
school
had 2 years of.
if you haven't been to elementary school?
We'll
I
get
mean,
to that.
Oh no.
that is an indictment of his parents and everyone who raised it. I mean, like, I don't know how you got to this age.
This sounds
got to high school age without
They
knowing.
don't have parents.
This sounds like a child neglect case that needs to go to court yesterday.
Yeah.
Already, this is a court case that needs to go to court yesterday. But just on top of all of
this
that.
whole thing.
This maybe just needs to go to hell.
Yeah.
Just package up all the characters except for Eggman Nega and just dump them into a fiery pit. I guess Eclipse doesn't need to go.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go either.
Eclipse is a
Right.
victim of this, not a...
Yeah. So Silver asks, that conflict's over. Silver asks if they can go home now. So Shadow picks him up, and Eggman Nega approaches, asking Silver if he's sure he wants to keep the baby. See, once again, Nega is like,
A real
Yeah,
one.
fair.
you were pretty upset to find out you were pregnant. Are you... Okay. What a good
Sorry,
character.
I just saw the next this... Whoa!
So bad.
I'm gonna stop looking.
Oh, it's bad.
So, once
Just
again...
read it.
Yep, okay. You have nothing to worry about, Doctor. Look at this. I wasn't
Here it
afraid
is.
anymore. I wasn't afraid anymore to show him. I spread my legs. Okay, keep in mind, Shadow is holding him.
The
Well,
way
yeah, how else do you spread your legs?
the way I'm picturing this is like, I'm not gonna explain
spread-
it.
I spread my legs to expose my vagina to him.
As you
He
do.
was shocked that my body have changed more, but he said he had nothing to worry about because of this organ is made for childbirth.
That's all it's made for.
I'm just, like, Shadow
Nothing
is
else.
holding him. Initially, I thought Shadow was holding Silver, like, in a loving way, but now I'm thinking, like, it's, like, dragging him out of the room so that Silver can lift his legs and just, like, see? Look!
it.
I got a vagina now!
what I got.
I was thinking...
Okay.
Eggman Nega's like, I didn't ask to see that.
I was thinking that Shadow... So, we assume that he's holding him bridal style, because that's the only way that
That's
people hold
even
each
weirder.
other in these... But, because of this scene, I imagine Silver's back is against Shadow's front, and he's holding...
Yeah, that's what I mean, like,
Silver,
dragging him
under
out of the
his butt.
room, yeah.
Yeah. Just like,
Yeah.
just elbows under
Like
his knees.
hoisted.
Here it is.
Yeah. Oh,
This is awful.
And then they walk backwards out of the
Yeah.
room. Eggman Nega, like, covering his eyes, like, please!
Ugh. Stop, there's people here.
so
I don't need to see
I
this.
didn't consent to this.
Just because I am a doctor doesn't mean I want to look at you.
Nega's like, cool, you're good then. That organ is made for childbirth.
Yeah.
And then Silver says, oh god, he just reminded me of childbirth back 4 years old. And
Oh no.
and I really don't want to remember that. All I got to say is so painful, like daggers up my ass.
Okay.
Hey, Lil Z,
Yes.
wake up.
I'm still here.
What do you think of this so far?
I fell asleep.
Sax, you lie. You lie. You say, oh, it's so bad. I hate this story.
I genuinely thought I didn't catch you sleeping. She had me convinced.
Oh, Zach.
And you're like, oh no, the jig is up.
Oh, Zax, I was just asking that to, like, engage you. I didn't want to call you out.
We were trying to dunk on you.
I'm sorry. Oh, so, alright, so daggers up the ass. Casual thing to read.
Alright, we're almost done with this
We
chapter.
can do it.
Sonic comes downstairs with Eclipse, who's asleep. He hands Eclipse to Silver, so now we have Shadow holding Silver, holding Eclipse.
Jesus Christ.
I do like that little
Jesus
conga
Christ.
line.
It's a conga line.
But
And
like,
they chaos
It's a-
control away. to end the
Next chapter, we're going to establish, like, okay, but Sonic, you're still not welcome near my family ever again, right?
No.
Next chapter,
No.
we're
Of course
gonna
Sonic is welcome.
we're gonna set clear boundaries for ourselves in the next chapter, right?
Next
No.
chapter
Right?
is chapter 17. The phone call. Chapter 14.
Hold on, can we just real quick address that in the author's note at the end there's no
Yeah.
spaces?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they
they
started
do it.
doing this
Oh,
a
no.
few chapters ago, and I don't know why.
Is it like
They also do it in their, like, their time skips. They start doing it in chapter 17 in their time
Why?
skips.
I'm trying to think if this
It
is
makes
like,
it so much harder to read.
is this like
And it's...
a stylistic thing? Like, I don't know if anybody else did this, but like back in like 2016 Tumblr where it was like, oops, I did a thing, like that vibe. A thing that people would do is they'd like start typing a sentence, but then like to insinuate that they were talking faster, they would just not put any spaces between words. Was that what they're doing?
I don't know, but for me personally, it's harder to type without spaces because I just do it automatically. Like, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, sometimes I put like an extra space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting. All right.
So this
we're
is
starting
definitely a
off-
choice.
We're starting off in Silverpaw. It's been a few hours since we came back from Eggman Nega's lair. I just also discovered the other night that I'm pregnant.
Yay, congrats, I guess.
And then he's like, I wonder how far along I am. Which, you just discovered... You've been back for a few hours. You just discovered a few hours ago, not the other night. Whatever. Semantics.
Multiple nights in one night, you know?
So he decides he's going to get a midnight snack, even though it's gotta be early morning, because it was 12:36 when he woke up from his pass out episode.
I'm gonna get breakfast.
So he walks through the house and sees everyone sleeping. With the corner of my eye, I saw Sonic sleeping on the couch in the living room. I thought he left home already, but I don't really mind him crashing here for the night. See, so Sonic is still welcome in their house.
Is Sonic just like the Jacob of the story now?
Oh, wow. You say it, and I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. In the
So,
morning...
but
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
Shadow the Bella?
I think
Shadow
Silver
Shadow's Bella.
and Silver's Edward. I don't.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it falls apart if you give any other
Yeah,
character
it's not a one-to-one.
assignments.
And Eclipse is the entire book.
Yeah. Oh man! Every time Eclipse is like now in the scene, I'm just gonna think of a sentient book.
Yeah.
Not even sentient, just like a book as a prop.
Oh, that'll
Yeah.
get very exciting later.
Yeah.
So in the morning, Silver wakes up to Shadow holding him, and then there's some boring lovey-dovey stuff that isn't really relevant to anything. Silver goes to the bathroom, not caring that he's naked. They point that out for some reason, and then thinks about how glad he is that there's someone to help him with his pregnancy this time. And then nothing else interesting happens because we skip to 1 month later.
Hold on, I want to say really,
Wow.
really quick though. Oh, I'm so glad somebody's here to help me with my pregnancy this time. You didn't need help last time. You went to sleep not pregnant, and you woke up 9 months pregnant. There was no like,
8 months.
yeah, yeah.
And then went to sleep
And
again.
then went to
for
sleep
another
again, woke up again, and you're like, oh, time to give birth. You weren't pregnant. You were sleeping, and you woke up and you gave birth.
Yeah, actually, that's a good
That
point.
is true.
Yeah, last chapter, they were like, oh man, he reminded me of how hard it was. Like,
Being
was it?
pregnant.
Was it hard?
You
it
wouldn't
wasn't
know.
hard for you.
The birth part was
Yeah,
hard.
but the pregnancy part wasn't.
I mean, so hard that Silver died.
Yeah.
Yeah. He birthed so hard that he died.
Let me take a small side note here and say I'm just skimming here and I see I was eating a Pop-Tart with some apple juice, and that sounds like a terrible taste combination. In your mouth.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
that
like
was
a
his midnight
unless
snack,
it's
I
like a
think.
cinnamon apple Pop-Tart. Do those exist?
Even then, I feel like it wouldn't, like, the
just
juice
so
has got a certain... Juice has got a certain...
Meh, to
like,
it.
apple juice has a certain meh to it, and tartness, and the Pop-Tart is not actually that kind of tart.
Yeah, it's like
You know, and
it's
so
like
it's-
sweet
It's
that
a very
hits the back of
different
your
sort of
mouth.
thing. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it would be weird.
Okay, so this paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
after the 1 month later time skip, goes on a journey.
Okay.
My tummy already has a small bump. I still have my morning sickness, headaches, and started to have more mood swings at random times. Eclipse also have got a little bit bigger. He'd been talking in some sentences already, with Shadow's help.
Since the beginning of the story.
Sentences before.
How does someone help with the sentence?
Like, the only...
I mean, we do that. I do that at my job.
The only way I can think
how?
of that is, like,
Prompt them.
yeah, like prompting or, like, finishing the sentence when you think you know what they're gonna say, which isn't super polite, but
Okay.
It depends.
I get, fair enough.
It's situational, yeah.
I don't know anything about child raising or anything like that.
Also,
so fair.
Do you
fair
start showing at 1 month?
when you're a hedgehog?
How long?
I mean, how long had it been since...
Oh, I'm gonna call in the other chaotic evil lesbian robot. Hey Siri, how long are hedgehogs pregnant for?
I think the SDC looked the
Okay.
same.
Oh, yeah.
I found this on the web for how long are dogs pregnant for. Check it
Pediogs.
out.
It's because I stuttered.
Alexa, please be nice to me.
I'll be nice when you're worth being nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dunks on you.
That's so mean.
And you
Why
didn't-
did you get a femdom Alexa? I don't like this.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you program her to be this mean?
Yes. He did.
I'm gonna take the silence as an answer.
Let's just go.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Alright, let's continue in this paragraph. I'm still getting used to being a woman and half male. I mean, I do still have my heat at times with Shadow. 1 month has passed, and yet no one but Sonic knows that I am alive, and I would like everyone to know I'm not dead. I don't feel good hiding this from everyone. I should do the party, no. I got up with a roll and marched to Shadow, who was making my 3rd dinner.
What?
Wow.
Shadow,
When you said this paragraph tells a real. I mean, it has an arc.
It really
My 3rd
Shadowy,
dinner.
I want to plan the party. I know last month I told you I didn't want to do it, but I want to do it now. He stepped aside from the food and asked me if I'm serious or it's just another mood swing.
Oh, haha, pregnant women, am I right?
Can I just real quick say, like, I'm trying to be woke. I'm trying to be cool.
I'm so woke.
You know, I'm trying to be an ally of GSM people, you know. And I gotta say, I'm not sure I believe someone who says they are a women and half male. Like, that's a lot of I understand having a gender. I don't understand having that much gender. That's multiple women and half a male. I mean, like, come on.
Well, it's multiple
You
women,
got
but
it. You
it's
got to
also-
understand my confusion here.
It's also a singular multiple women. A women.
Yeah, like, you're playing with levels of reality here that I just don't get.
I'm so upset because I read further into the paragraph.
Okay, you need to stop.
I need to stop reading.
Carina, stop.
Yeah.
Oh! And now we know the rest of the story.
Yeah, and that's how I got my name.
Yeah.
I'd say subscribe to my YouTube, but there's nothing there.
I mean, you occasionally
anyway.
put up a video.
Videos sometimes.
So Silver's like, I'm super serious. And Shadow says, after his 3rd dinner, he'll start setting everything up. And Silver is excited, but is also feeling pressured for 2 reasons. First one is that showing everyone that I'm alive and how my body doesn't look like a male no longer, and I'm half of both sexes.
Yay, we kind of got it right. We said sexes instead of gender. Good job.
No, I don't.
Don't give
Yeah.
them credit.
Yeah,
It was
don't.
an
Yeah,
accident.
you know what?
They also earlier said they were a women and
Yeah,
half
fair.
male.
You know what? No credit. If there's anything I've learned from the series is you don't give this author credit.
That's Bob's first rule of fanfiction. Never
like how there was-
give credit.
Yeah.
I like how there was 2 reasons, but they just said first, and then I guess "and" was supposed to be the second part,
I guess, yeah.
so.
but there was no comma. I don't know.
Well, they tried.
So,
hard.
this scene is wild. Eclipse runs up to the table, and he has cars in his hands. And Silver is like, "Oh, can mommy play with you?" And Eclipse
Sorry,
just
that
looks
says-
at him.
that doesn't say what you doing. It says Wathka doing.
Yeah.
What could do it?
Wathka doing, can mommy play with you? Silver. Oh, and then Eclipse just looks at him and throws the car at his face.
Oh my gosh!
Love this
It's
kid.
In the eye.
I love this
I
kid.
will say,
Oh man.
I understand why Silver. No, never mind.
Oh my.
You don't
You were
understand
asleep,
anything.
weren't you?
No,
I
we're good.
didn't real. Yeah, it's fine. Keep going.
So Shadow grabs Eclipse and spanks him.
Oh,
Because he's like, don't throw things at your mother.
and don't
And then
hit your
Silver-
kids.
Oh wait, no. Okay, no. I do. Okay, no. I was right. That is what I wanted to say. Okay.
Okay.
I get why Silver's apprehensive about having another kid because I feel like he just kind of blew it with Eclipse. Ever since he was gonna throw trees at his dad, it just hasn't been the same.
That's what you mean. He didn't mess up with Eclipse. He didn't raise him.
I know. I see what she's saying.
Yeah.
He's just throwing things
I'll
at
be
his face.
honest. The only thing I like about Eclipse is that he's made my job easier, and all I have to do is leave Eggman Nega out of the bundle that I'm throwing in hell. Because Eclipse sucks too.
Oh my god.
So Silver tells Shadow not to hurt him. He's just a child and doesn't know what he did. Which, no, don't say that.
Don't
That's
excuse
not-
this
yeah.
behavior.
There's- that's not why he
There's definitely a middle ground between spanking a child for throwing a toy car at, I assume, a toy car, not a real car.
He learned it from
Toy car.
Silver.
Yeah, I learned from watching you. Like Eclipse throwing a toy car at Silver's eye. There's a big middle ground between spanking the child and doing nothing.
And I don't know. I mean, Silver wants to punish him, but in a different way, which I'll read in a second. But I don't know. It's also children do know what they're doing. I mean, obviously there's an age range. Eclipse is 4. He has plenty of cognitive ability. He knows that his actions have consequences.
Is this honestly? How early do kids start speaking full sentences?
I'd say like
Because I felt like the
2
description.
to 3.
Yeah, because this kid is more than 4 years old
Yeah.
Yeah.
and is just starting to speak full sentences. I'd say that's
Except
pretty
not.
late.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the story, I know it was a long time ago, but
Yeah.
the author made a note that said that he's only 3. I mean, he turned 4 in the first chapter or whatever. But he's only
Yeah.
3, but he already can speak a little bit, and I'm like,
little
he should be talking in
Yeah.
full sentences at
Right,
3.
yeah.
there
But like
some,
in
like-
this chapter, don't they specifically say he's just started speaking full sentences?
Yeah,
It would.
except he already did earlier.
With help, yeah. So like, I mean, the kids somehow regressed significantly,
Would it? Like, I think.
and nobody noticed.
I think Rogue could speak to this more because, like, the children you work with are like,
A lot cooler.
yeah, a lot cooler.
Well, I
than me.
work in a developmental field.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. You work in like child development. I'm
Yeah.
here to make stories with kids, but like,
I teach kids magic.
yeah, I'm the kid. You're the DM. but like, would it make sense if the author was like, oh, Eclipse has like some developmental differences or
Yeah.
something like that, and then for
Yeah.
them to have been like, oh, he's 4 and now he's just like talking in full sentences.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, that could definitely happen. I mean,
I work with kids that can't talk until they're like 6, you know, like they have to be trained to talk.
yeah,
Or
I mean, like,
they're developmentally delayed or something, you know.
yeah, I was delayed actually when I was
was
really
too,
little.
actually.
My parents thought I wasn't going to speak at all, and
I
they're
mean,
psychiatrists. They were very concerned, and so like it was like I didn't smile, I didn't laugh, I didn't speak
gosh.
at all. And then one day, my grandpa made me laugh, and I won't shut up now.
See, same thing. I didn't smile. I didn't laugh. I didn't talk at all until I was 2, and which that's like
Yeah, I was
Really
kind of.
late.
I don't know exactly how old I was, but it was late.
so I like wasn't talking, and my parents actually had my IQ tested.
How can
Yeah.
you IQ test
So-
a baby?
There are IQ tests for babies, actually.
Yeah.
And
well, because I mean, it's just a
turns
test
out-
of like reasoning, basic reasoning stuff.
I was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So to answer your question, they could have explained it by saying that he.
But
was
it would have been
delayed.
bad for them to try because they don't have a
Yes.
grasp of
They would.
even normal cognitive functioning. So I don't know why they would even try to get into non-neurotypical.
Non-neurotypical children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's the word for that? Neuroatypical?
Neuroatypical.
Okay, neuroatypical. I wasn't sure if
Thanks,
that was right.
Rogue.
So when Silver tells him not to tells Shadow not to spank Eclipse, Shadow is just like, that's how most parents discipline.
No!
I would...
According to Rouge.
Oh my god.
In 2012, I don't think that was the case.
No.
Which one? Now, okay, in this story, what did Rouge do wrong? That's not
Everything.
the one who molested Sonic, right?
No,
but,
that was Amy.
But
For kids,
so
to
Rouge is married to Knuckles in this story, and they have a child together named Lance. Their child
sucks.
says very homophobic things all the time, but he
Oh,
does get
okay.
spanked for it. But
It's not working.
yeah, you need to change your intervention.
It's almost like the author was trying to tell us something about that, but they weren't.
They
because
told us something
then-
different.
they were not attempting to say anything. I guarantee it. It's just that you could, if they had been, choosing that very carefully, then yeah, you would see, okay, you're making a statement about like, okay, the kid is learning homophobic things from somewhere. The parents are bad parents. They are also spanking the kid, and that's not working. You could have made all those points, and instead they were just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just slapping the keyboard.
Like, are they insinuating that Lance learned this homophobic behavior from home? But then he says
don't
it
know.
because that doesn't make sense because the parents are disciplining him for
Yeah.
showing homophobic behavior.
Well, one of the parents is disciplining him. Maybe the other
We
one
don't
is
really get
whispering
Knuckles.
homophobic things into his ear
Do
as he
we
goes
think?
to sleep.
Do we think Knuckles is
I hate the
homophobic?
gays. I hate gay people. Lesbians are gross.
Except when it's in fun movies.
Bisexual people are just waiting to figure it out.
Like I said, these babies whispering these. Okay, go to bed. Good night.
I love you, son, but not the gay way.
Sweet
No homo.
dreams. Sweet straight dreams.
It could also be that he's learning it at school or something.
Yeah.
At the daycare. Alright, so Silver tells him that the new rules are if he does something bad, take away his things and send him to his room with no TV. Eclipse told me no to my rules, pulling my arm with one hand while the other one was still rubbing his red bottom still.
Oh.
Which one do you want? Do you want Daddy to spank you or time out? He let go of my arm, crying more, saying no.
Well, yeah, of course he said no. You're
A few
asking
minutes
which
later.
punishment he wants when he's a small child and he's only just starting to get full sentences again. He's not gonna He's definitely not gonna understand which one of those is going to be more informative to his learning experience. You should make that. I mean, frankly, the parents need to be making an adult decision because they're adults.
He figures it out because a few minutes later, after Eclipse chooses timeouts over spankings, Shadow starts putting up stuff for the party.
Oh, good.
We'll just
So
move on
Silver is
with our
sitting
lives.
in the second living room. The room furniture was red velvet, a deep red, close to the color of blood.
Oh my god.
The rugs were creamy white. The rugs were
Oh.
also the shape of rabbits.
Stop! That's the worst thing you could know. First of all, novelty rugs in the shape of rabbits is the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
Guessing him
That's
and
so.
Eclipse choose
That
the things for
sucks.
the
That
living
is
room.
the worst. But making your rugs white? Why would you get white rugs?
Yeah.
Every,
You're
and it's not even like white. It's creamy white. So it's just slightly off white. So you don't never know if you've got a stain on your rug or if it's just supposed to be that way.
Guessing him and Eclipse choose the things for this living room.
But also,
Who else would have?
But Eclipse shouldn't get a say.
Yeah,
What if
frankly,
it's
he should-
Mississippi Cup?
You definitely
chose-
shouldn't get a say.
He chose the rabbit shapes.
That's idiotic.
I'm mostly concerned about the white rug.
Also, can I also just throw out there that picking the shape of rabbits is really weird when all of them are animals? They have rabbit friends. That's like if I got a rug in the shape of a black person. What does that mean?
No, that's like if you got a rug in the shape of your friend.
I got a rug in the shape of Connor and it talks like Connor. It's trying to tell me things and I keep stepping on it. He goes, oh, okay, fine.
He goes, hey guys, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective.
And then I talk over him and then he doesn't get to speak. And I go, okay. I guess I wasn't speaking.
And then he goes, haha, when I sit at my desk like a shrimp.
Just kidding. No, he doesn't laugh.
Oh. Sorry, I can't.
Carina can't do anything without
Yeah, somebody told me you're silly, and I can't stop.
Jesus,
Alright.
the rugs were also the shape of rabbits. That's awful. What, you
Alright.
stupid.
Sorry, I'm so stupid.
Shadow tells Silver he has to get some more stuff for the party. So he grabs his gun jacket, kisses Silver's head and tummy, and then leaves.
Sorry, I thought that sentence was just gonna end with he grabs his gun.
I mean,
I wish. He doesn't ever use a gun in this story.
Darn.
Yeah. And then Silver's like, man, it got really quiet after Shadow left, so he decides to call someone to chat. And he calls
no.
Sonic.
Oh god.
Why?
No.
He calls Sonic because who else is he gonna call? Everyone thinks he's dead.
Okay, call the one person who was nice to you.
Are you
Yeah.
Eggman Nega.
Oh yeah.
Maybe pay attention to your child.
No,
That's
I
true
think he's asleep.
too.
Maybe take up a
Okay.
hobby.
How? You know what? Now would be a good time to get one of those 18-hour naps.
Just do what my cat does
All
and
right.
disappear and sleep for the whole day and then come downstairs when it's dinner time.
Or just disappear.
Just get out of the story.
This gets very uncomfortable very fast.
Oh.
Okay, lovely.
When he calls, all he hears is heavy breathing.
Oh no.
I waited for him to say hello, but instead heard a soft moan.
Oh no.
So he thinks that maybe he's in the middle of something, and he's like, Sonic, I can call back. And then, in the middle of this paragraph, they didn't even hit enter. Middle of the paragraph, it switches to 3POV.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Sonic then placed his phone on his shoulder while his hands seemed to be busy.
Oh my no.
Seemed to
What do you mean
He
see?
said a small
Wait, what is the asterisk?
action.
That's
Oh,
that's
just
actions
action.
because they don't know how to
It's
do
in third
narration.
person.
This is in third person, and also I guess we're getting a sense
Oh,
of the camera
wait, hold on.
view.
Oh,
It
my-
says third person, but it's still in first
Oh
person.
my god.
Noticed that before. He said a small and soft hello to me. I swear I thought I could hear a something vibrating in the
What?
background.
Oh.
Sonic, it does seem like you're busy. Maybe I... And then, since the author doesn't know how to do, like, interrupting dialogue, this is in the same set of quotation
Oh, okay.
marks.
But it's
You
supposed
know-
to be it's supposed to be Sonic speaking.
Sonic, yeah. You know, Silver, he ever had phone sex? What the heck? I should really hang up. I don't know what's he doing, but he is creeping me out. Sonic!
Just hang up. Just hang up. You don't need to be like...
Sonic, I gotta go. Silver, yeah. Oh god, he was screaming my
Oh my
name.
God.
Some odd reason it's trying me on.
It's trying. Oh, no.
It's trying
It's-
me.
Oh my god.
No, Shadow's the only one who does this. Why is he? I
Why
try
is
my
he
best to
what?
hang- I try.
Why is What do you mean Shadow's the only one who does this?
I think he
No.
Harasses
For some odd reason, it's trying me on. That's supposed to be turning me on. No, Shadow's the only one who does. So then why is he? So he's saying, like, wait, why am I getting turned on? That's the question he's trying to ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I think I misread that.
This is still idiotic.
But there was no comma, so it was confusing.
Yeah.
I get.
I try my best to hang up, but hear Sonic calling my
You're not
name
trying.
made me-
You're not trying that hard.
This is me like
tell
saying
you.
goodnight in the Discord call.
Sonic calling my name made me feel all excited also. Maybe talking to him a little longer won't be too bad. Sonic? What Wathka doing now? Huff. Say my name, please. Then I heard Sonic yelling out my name in
Say my
scream and
name, say
moans
my
with other
name.
words like yes or a little more.
Oh my god.
This is a terrible scene.
This is
So is this what the author thinks phone sex is? Because this is not what phone sex
yeah,
is.
I was gonna say this isn't how it goes.
I got. You let me say this is a game that's sometimes called Walking Grandpa, where one person is stimulating themselves while the other person just sits there and acts like nothing's happening. And let me also say real quick, I almost feel for Silver here because I've actually had something like this happen to me.
You called and someone was having sex.
I didn't call them; they called me
Oh.
while they were having
With
sex
someone else or by themselves.
with someone
Why
else.
did they call? Was it
Okay, so at the time I was designing a game,
Yeah.
a video game with him, and we'll
He's
just
like,
call,
I just got a
Yeah.
good idea.
we'll call him Bill. Okay, it's not his name, but we'll call him Bill. I was designing this game with Bill, and we were in high school, and he just called me, and he was like, "Hey man, so like I was just thinking about some stuff," and I like, hold on one sec, and then I just hear, and I was like, "What was that?" What was
Oh
that?
no.
And he was like, okay, yeah, anyway, so I was thinking about some stuff, blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on a little bit, and I was like, I keep hearing, like, noises in the back, and finally I'm like, hey, man, can you turn the TV down or whatever? And he's like, oh, babe, turn the TV down.
Oh my god.
And then, like, after another few minutes, I'm like, okay, it doesn't sound like the TV turned down at all. What are you watching? And he was like, oh, we're watching Law and Order.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, can you just take this call into the other room then, so you don't have to disturb her? It's like, oh no, we're
Oh
doing
my
it.
god.
And I was like, what on earth?
Why
Like,
are you telling me this?
why are you calling me? Don't.
Stop.
I had like a 5-minute conversation while he was doing it, and she was watching Law and Order while they were doing it. She's like really paying attention to Law and Order.
This is an invasion of your privacy now.
Here's
You did not consent
like-
to be part of this. And you are now part of this by
Okay.
proxy. That's
I will
not
also
okay.
say, Bill. This was before I had lost my virginity. Bill invited this. I had never had a girlfriend. I'd never had any kind of any kind of relationship ever. And Bill's first offer was like, "Hey, you want to have a threesome as like your first sexual encounter?" And I was like, "I'll think about it." And I never got back to him about it.
here's something I would like to bring onto the table.
And maybe, is it going to be cutting room floor or is it into the video?
Well, no, I think this is safe enough for
Okay.
whatever this is. So, Silver died giving birth to Eclipse at age 15. He's 19 now. But mentally, he's still 15.
Oh yeah.
So, Sonic, what you doing?
I
What
mean,
is this?
let's just imagine Silver was 45 years old. Okay,
Amy
let's just
has a
imagine
child and
mentally Silver is like a retired librarian. Okay, let's just really throw it to right. It would still not be okay for Sonic to be like I'm in the middle of my own personal business, let's say, and the phone rings, and the correct answer at that point is to screen the call. You do not have to pick up.
I do like that, like, fan fiction logic where just, like, you're so, like, you have no autonomy, you can't control yourself, like, Sonic is doing all this, and Silver's like, I should hang up.
I mean, Bill O'Reilly got
tried my
fired off
best.
Fox News for this.
Yeah.
Like, the second you hear that,
Okay.
like, you hang up, you're like, oh, no
But
thanks,
Silver,
click.
like I said, Silver, his only experiences have been with Shadow. he never
Don't
went
make
to school
excuses.
and had
Don't come
sex
on.
ed.
No.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Don't come
And then-
on.
But when he figures it out, he does stay on the phone. Okay, but
Yeah,
I
that's
do
my
want to say
point.
this. I do want to say this. He and you don't have to feel guilty about being turned on by someone other than your SO.
That's true.
Especially if they're being lewd towards you. As long as you're not an active participant, you're not cheating.
That's
Because you
true.
can't help the way your body feels, right?
Yeah.
That being said, Silver did say, I tried my best to hang up, but maybe I could talk a little bit longer.
No, you can't.
Well,
now
hang
you're
on.
cheating.
Let me say, no, that's not cheating. The next paragraph starts with cheating.
no.
This is where it
couldn't-
becomes cheating. Can I read this?
So-
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So for this paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
before we get to the next paragraph, it's like, actually, I haven't caught up with Sonic in a while.
Yeah, maybe I can
Like,
just wait till he's done and then we can talk.
Yeah, how's your day been?
No. That's the most charitable reading of that, and no, that's not what Silver does. Instead, does anybody have a voice they'd like me to do?
Oh, is this for Silver?
Yeah.
Big
Marco.
baby weenie.
Oh,
Yeah,
so my
your
regular
Silver
Silver
voice.
voice?
Yeah.
I couldn't hold it any longer.
it's
I needed
Simon.
to rub. I couldn't hold it any longer. I needed to rub myself.
Ew.
My erection was out from Sonic modes, but I only see the bump under my jacket.
Take off your jacket, dude. I wish you're inside.
Inside in your own
He
home.
has to wear clothes now, remember?
I wish I could, but I knew if I did, I only hurt Shadow in the end. If he knew I jack off myself while Sonic on the phone making silly sounds,
Shut up.
then we were going to have another problem. I wanted to be on the phone a little longer, but Shadow could have come any time. Huff, Sonic, I have to go, so I just
Oh, Silver. Oh, wait, do you want me to do
Yes,
Sonic
this
voice?
is Sonic.
Oh, Silver! I hang up the phone. I made the right decision, but I only have a small problem. What I
yeah,
was going to
small.
do with this hard shaft under my
Oh
jacket.
my god.
God, what the heck is wrong with me? Maybe I should just take a cold shower to make it go down.
Yeah, or just leave it. It'll go away.
No, definitely don't.
No, 'cause
Okay.
listen to the next
Oh, no.
sentence.
I heard Eclipse from upstairs. He was making a lot of noise. He seemed to enjoy his game system very much. Is it normal for a child to make so much noise? Hey, I'm still a mom in training.
Stop putting these sentences where the context is a child being a child next to paragraphs upon paragraphs of very, very sexually explicit context. Stop doing this. I cannot reiterate this enough. Please stop doing this. It's
Couldn't have put it better
disgusting.
myself, but yeah,
It's so
it's
gross.
the worst.
Here's a question.
Here's an
and
answer.
I'll probably cut it. But so Silver can't help what Sonic got rolling. But he made the right decision. He hung up the phone. I am loyal to Shadow.
Even though I just
Eventually.
just
But
This boner
It was-
means
it was-
nothing.
yeah.
it was a slow crawl, but he hung up the phone
Took him
eventually.
a while.
Fine.
Uh-huh.
If he it's already here.
Mm-hmm.
So if he just finishes it, is that cheating?
If-
Do you
Could be
think
emotional cheating
Could be.
if he's thinking about
Here's the thing.
Sonic.
Here's the thing that I find. This is maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm about to be corrected. But to me, I define cheating in a very particular way. That way I can get away. No.
Oh my god. Hey, you know
Didn't even finish the
when
joke.
you throw the batch into hell and you take out Eggman makeup, put yourself in
dive
there.
into. So cheating is when you violate the rules. You're literally cheating like it's a game. You violate the rules of the relationship, right? So if you're in a relationship with someone says you can see other people, then it's not cheating, right?
Yeah,
I mean
the
that's
rules.
Yeah.
that is not violating the rules.
If you both mutually agreed to it.
As long as you mutually agree to what the rules are, you know, and in that, you know, in the case where the rules are not firmly established or the rules are unconsenting, right? Like where you and your partner don't necessarily, like, don't see eye to eye on
Or you
something,
make the decision
then there's
under
other
duress.
issues to work out. But, I mean, there's other issues to work out there, and the cheating needs to be put on the back burner for a minute. When you figure out that stuff, then you can come back and look at something and say whether or not it was cheating, right? But to me, I would say cheating is when you violate the rules of your relationship in a romantic way, or in a sexual way. So in this case, it really fundamentally depends on whether Silver and Shadow have a shared understanding of what it would mean to be in this relationship. I mean, if Silver feels like I would be betraying Shadow, but Shadow doesn't care, then, you know, it may still be some kind of cheating to Silver. It's entirely subjective there, you know? But at the same time, it's also incredibly stupid that you ended up in this situation at all, because you can't spend 5 seconds not connected to someone. How about you just sit in silence for a minute?
Because he was by himself with Eggman Nega for 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, like, Shadow left for a second. You do not need to immediately start another conversation.
Why didn't you
can
go play with your child?
play with your child, or like watch a movie on TV, or like
Read a book.
I don't know,
Swimming.
read a book, play a video
Go for a
game.
walk.
I don't know. Do what Sonic's doing and just jack off.
Just go go into the bathroom, lock the door, have a fun time, come out, feel refreshed.
Just go take a bath. Do anything. Have a hobby.
Nah, that would add too much dimension
Yeah.
to Silver.
I think Silver is kind of like Bella.
Oh
in
my
this
god,
case,
this is
because
just Twilight.
his entire personality is loving Shadow.
Also,
Twilight month never ended.
earlier we were saying that Sonic is like Jacob. But now Sonic is chasing after Silver, which makes him even more like Jacob, because Silver is Bella.
Guys,
It became more like Twilight.
I think
Oh my
I
goodness.
hate this story.
Sonic is a madman. What does Sonic want?
Sonic wants chaos.
Cool.
Haven't you ever wondered why he... You know what? This is what happens when he absorbs all the negative energy from the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh my god.
Can I just say, why is like that Arfie feels more reasonable?
Because there is at least reason in it.
A reason
Yeah.
for
There's at
insanity.
least one
Yeah.
reason.
It's all, like, I don't know. It's just like that Sonic, like he was wild and needed to be stopped.
But you know
This
what?
Sonic does
At
too.
bottom, you could blame it on... the author wanted to blame that on mental illness, which isn't fair, and is also further demonizes the mentally.
Harmful, yeah.
It's harmful, but at the very least, he has some kind of reasoning. The author had a reasoning behind it.
This
In
one
this
is
case,
just like-
this author has no reasoning
This
behind
is how
it.
Sonic is.
It's
Yeah.
also, it's not even just that. It's just also what Sonic does in that story. It's like, it's weird. It's not the route I would have taken, but I could see how Sonic got from A to B.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
it's wild, but I'm following it along. This Sonic, going from Silver's pain all the way to here. Because earlier in this story, forget Silver's pain, earlier in this story, him and Eggman were crank calling Shadow because they were so obsessed with him, and now we're here.
Oh my goodness.
But then
I feel like because you're trying to find reason or continuity in Sonic's arc, we do need to read that other story that's in Sonic's perspective.
Yeah. Sonic just shows up whenever this author needs a character to do something absolutely buck wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh
It's
man, who haven't I used in a while? It's like you haven't used, like, a ton of characters. Have Espio show up or something. No,
Scourge,
it has to
where
be
did
Sonic.
Scourge go? Nowhere.
Nowhere. I forgot Scourge was a thing.
Yeah.
Important.
Well, you know, it's not like this is is why this is the Sorry Sonic and the other one was Sorry Billy, because like these stories you kind of just look at how the whoever the main person of the franchise is portrayed, and it's like I feel like they just hate Sonic.
Yeah. It's like that classic question we have about like when people write stories that are super duper out of character, and I guess in this case it's true here too, but like they take the names of characters but they change everything about them, and then my question becomes, what do you, if you really felt like you needed to change everything about it to make it good, why do you like it? What do you like about it?
Alternatively, what if this is what they got from the franchise?
Oh, you're saying they played the games, watched the cartoons, all that stuff, and they just fundamentally did not get the characterization.
This is what they like.
They think they are writing in character.
Right.
Wow. That's bad.
Yeah, that's
Makes you
kind of what I
think.
considered too.
Jesus.
All right, so while while Silver is walking to the bathroom, Shadow comes in. I tried to push my erection down the best I can, but he saw it when the moment he walked in.
Oh, no.
Hey, you got here pretty...
That's something, anytime I walk in the room, first thing I do is count all the erections I see. I'm like, yes, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Something happened.
Oh, that's what I don't recognize.
Hey, you got here pretty quick, Shadow-kun. My face was flush red, knowing I couldn't hid my friend between my legs.
Okay, don't tell me we're doing the, like, ooh, Sonic-oo. Like, are we doing that now?
Yeah.
Now.
All of a sudden, starts using on
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, I was about to ask, but you know, like I fell asleep a couple times. I was like, maybe this has been.
No,
a
it
thing.
hasn't.
Okay,
They didn't start using honorifics until chapter 17.
Oh boy.
that's the perfect time to start.
So,
Me.
here's some more Shadow being... Silver power walks to the bathroom. But Shadow
Power
gets
walks?
Power walks. I think it even says that in the thing.
It says that. Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
What is...
But Shadow gets there first and blocks him from entering. And Silver asks him to move and tries to move him, but Shadow won't let him in. Which... Come on, man. And
Sorry, I'm still
Silver-
stuck on power walks.
yeah.
I try to I'm going to read this. I then try to power walk to the bathroom with hands between my legs.
I don't know how you can power walk.
Yeah,
with your
how
hands
is that
between-
power walking? That's just walking.
It's just you
I
moving
think
kind
they
of
just mean
fast.
He was going fast.
Okay.
Gotta go
so
fast.
you walked.
So Silver closes his eyes because he feels ashamed for the way his body reacted to Sonic, and then he feels Shadow kissing him. Oh, it's so romantic. Shadow says he knows why Silver is running away and apologizes for not making love for a couple of weeks. My lover was right about that. He's been gone for a couple of weeks to gain more money for this family, but he's a very rich man.
What? You know how
Sorry.
that sentence could have not sucked? Shadow went to work.
Just erase it.
Delete it. Delete the whole story. Start
Sorry.
over.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding the story. Shadow was setting up party stuff. Then he was like, "Hey, I just got a couple things to do. I'm just gonna grab my jacket and head out the door." And then Sonic was like, Silver calls Sonic, and Sonic is doing his thing, and Silver gets an erection and hangs up, and then Shadow comes back, and now we're being told that Shadow was gone for a few weeks.
No, I think he was gone for a couple of weeks before the party conversation happened, and so they haven't had their sexy times in a couple.
So you're telling me that a month passed
yeah.
where Shadow was gone for a few of the weeks of that month,
Yeah.
and Silver was capable of restraining himself from interacting with people and not getting into boner hijinks with Sonic. Boner hijinks, by the way, being the name of my new band. And then Shadow's gone for 5 seconds and it's over.
Yep. He's
Okay.
like, I can't take it anymore.
All right, I'm just gonna lie down.
All right. Silver tells Shadow to stop, even though he's into it, because he needs to tell him something. I couldn't be a honest person if I didn't tell the truth. It might make him it might make him half heartbroken, but I was going to show him that I always tell the truth for him. So they sit down, and Silver has trouble getting it out, but Shadow assures him that he won't be mad. Sniff, I kind of had phone sex with Sonic. But I hang up, so I didn't touch myself, even though I wanted to. Then I remember you, Shadow.
Okay,
That is
but,
the
like,
least generous way you could have described your own situation.
but I don't like the dialogue. I mean, like, this isn't, like, new for this author, but, like, that sentence was, like, particularly childish that I'm even more uncomfortable.
Also, you didn't have phone sex. That's not what happened. Yeah, I
Ugh.
sniff.
You walked
Why
Grandpa.
He doesn't know what anything is, and Sonic told him that it was phone sex.
I just want to real quick clarify that walking Grandpa is not a phrase you're supposed to know, because we invented that in high school. Yeah, it's not like you're just out of the loop on that. Like, no, we invented walking Grandpa as a euphemism for this particular
Okay, thank goodness, because I was about to look real silly talking to my
You're like,
boyfriend
I've
later.
never heard of walking Grandpa. Yeah, no, you shouldn't have.
I was gonna ask Andrew, like, have you
If you
ever
had,
heard this?
then
This
we-
is so weird. Then you feel like
Yeah,
you're
Yeah,
stupid.
I sniff, like it, and gave a boner. And I'm sorry, Shadow.
I gave a boner.
My lover had a blank face. It seemed he was trying to say something, but as calmly as he can. I'm okay if you call me a slut or a whore, Shad.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Shadow pulled me into a hug, whispering something in my ear. Shadow. We switched to Shadow's paw.
Silver, you have no job. You have no control over your own body. You're a bad mother.
Period.
Why? Why are you giving him the okay to degrade you because you hung up your phone a little too late? Honestly, I'm not even really that bothered if you ran off with Sonic, because unfortunately everyone's so awful that somehow the guy who broke off a bunch of computers and has just
I
been
forgot that.
really irrational the whole time is still better than Shadow, the guy who very clearly doesn't need you in his life.
I've never,
Silver.
like, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, he's using them. And I would say, like, Silver is literally being used by Shadow to produce another child.
Yes. And the first child.
Yeah, and the first child.
So
But
Shadow...
it doesn't...
Shadow hears this and is mad at Sonic, but then also blames Silver, not for, like, whatever, wanting to touch himself during the call. He blames Silver for calling Sonic.
What?
He was like,
Look,
I'm mad at Sonic, but it's kind of Silver's fault for calling Sonic in the first place.
I mean, I don't think Silver should requires, that kind of stimulation constantly. You should be able to just sit in the silence for a few minutes. But, like, holy crap, like, you really need to get your priorities straight.
Because he thinks that Sonic saw Shadow's name on the caller ID, so that's why he picked up while he was enjoying himself.
What?
I don't like it.
Yeah. Sonic should really stop with the phone sex. I remember he used to love calling me when I was rising up Eclipse.
Yikes.
You're still rising up Eclipse. Or not. I mean, you haven't paid attention to him at all.
Don't accept
in the
their
past few
verbiage.
So then he considers changing his number and not giving Sonic his new one.
Yes!
Yeah, I was a little hurt Silver got all excited from Sonic's phone call, yet I still love Silver, and it's been a while since we made love. He was sobbing, saying he was okay being called a slut or a whore. For sure he was not one, so I stop him. Listen, everything is going to be okay. It was a mistake. I'm not hurt. The only time I would be hurt is for me losing you again. Now let's get ready. Party starts at 8:40 sharp. I want you to be...
8:40? Why?
Why is that time sharp?
I want you to be happy, and I have your nice clothes upstairs.
Also, can I just say, I absolutely adore that the implication is, if he was a slut, then it'd be fine to just be like, yeah, you whore! Like, what's wrong with you? Don't be a jerk,
I
baby!
mean, we're not gonna slut shame, so
Yeah,
we're
don't
gonna take
slut...
back the word.
Don't, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to slut shame. I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
if you consider it to be rude, maybe just
Yeah.
don't call people that. Like, you shouldn't need to justify not calling someone a word you find insulting.
So then they're like, oh, and then after the party we can get frisky.
Okay.
There was one more thing I had in surprise for Silver. I would shock everyone and him. Shadow, stop, please. Stop
Yeah.
with the surprises.
Honestly, quit.
Please quit while you're ahead.
Quit while you're behind.
But guess what? That's the end of chapter 17.
Oh my god. We have 2 more chapters left. Oh my goodness.
We're on chapter 18.
I think we're gonna do it. We're already at 2 hours recording.
Well, the recording went long again, so we're cutting it off here for now. Stay tuned for the next part. Check out the links on screen, the Discord in the description. Give the girls a like, a subscribe, the comment, all that jazz. Because we all need friends. Okay, bye.